You won't let me. You
Yeah, you got already just started
Go
now.
ahead.
see
Can't do it
everything.
till
Just
you can't do it until you start the live anyway. So now you can go in there because it won't show you that you live if you ain't live. So you gotta actually go live and then edit the privacy if you wanted to.
Man, I'm
Can't
tired.
edit it before.
no, it
What
won't
up,
take.
man?
I want that lock to be off my daggone thing, off my profile. Why would the lock be even on my profile? How do I go and switch my
Gotta go to
profile?
your settings and see what's up with that. You send
Gotta
further
go to your
link
settings and
on.
change it.
That's what I'm doing now.
Okay. Anybody else you might be missing? I think it was
Damn,
just
funny man. You must actually like this one, huh, funny man?
saying the one ain't gonna let them run off.
All right, this gonna be the one, funny man.
Trevor
All right,
says she ain't going nowhere.
you gonna propose online and shit, all that kind of shit.
All right, we back on people. See if I can share this to my group.
She said she done fixed this nigga stutter. First she brought him back to life. Now she fixing this nigga
Fish
stutter.
this stuff. I got
Yeah,
the video, Dave. What is
I'm
this?
trying to figure that out. Damn.
Yeah,
All right, shit.
she done got the cure.
She got that holy coochie. What's
We
that?
are back. Sorry for the delay. Everybody come back. We're
Yeah.
live again.
Reese ended the show. She's trying to
I
get her.
take it. I don't we say touch nothing or do nothing, but whatever.
We understand you don't know how you did it, but
I don't know
I
how.
know you did it.
And we don't know how what
Let
happened.
me don't rain
Today's
because the rain don't mind.
On the goof.
today's word is accountability.
Oh
If you
shit.
accidentally
Now, if you out
Nah,
again, then y'all, I want
that
all of
ain't
y'all
on
to give me
Reese's
my
channel. She'll
apology
turn the channel if they say that.
because then
Today's
they
word
know it's like
accountability.
she
She be like,
didn't
"Oh, I'm
do it.
not watching this shit." Not at all. No, that is a no.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
show's over.
be
I
happy
had to go back
John
on
Wick or
YouTube.
Ballerina ain't talking about accountability. She would have said, "Hell no, this is the worst movie I ever saw." Hell no, I
See.
ain't watching that movie no more.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Try
I
to
heard
make
a
me
movie called Accountability. We need to make a movie.
The movie
Accountability.
Felix the Cat.
shit for
I know
what?
it's a movie probably got
It'd be only dudes going to see it. You know what I'm saying?
that. Oh, niggas at sausage party.
Hell yeah, it wouldn't be a female in sight within 300 miles of the movie theater. It wouldn't be a female there, not at all. Mm-mm.
Accountability
Damn
tough.
well they're not taking accountability. Hell nah. Oh,
I used to not understand.
they're
But you
still
gotta take
blaming
accountability. You know,
even
like,
when
what you mean? This
they
shit
take
ain't my fault.
accountability, they still blame it on somebody else. It's always something else. It's always something.
Yeah, yeah. And you get older, you start to know that's mostly a woman trait, you know. But when you're young, it's just a young boy trait, you know. It ain't never my fault when I was young. Like, boy, what happened? Because such and such had to do this, then I had to walk with him because his mother did. I don't really care about none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about all that. But
A
I didn't want to
dope
walk back to school.
cartoon
Hey,
movie in the
got nothing to do
70s
with
about
that.
a cat.
What I asked
What
you to
that
do.
what that got to do with you punching them in the face? You know what I'm saying? That's the joke. My son be like, yo,
It was Fritz. Sorry, I kept
he was
saying
talking.
Felix. It's Fritz. Fritz. Fritz the cat. Fritz.
RITZ.
Fritz.
Mhm.
Fritz the cat.
So
That was the
why'd you
movie.
get it wrong other than the fact you got it
I was
wrong? What
wrong
was
with
the
the
real
name. I
reason?
said Felix, but it was Fritz. Fritz
Oh,
the
okay.
cat.
All right.
Yeah, that shit came out in '72. Hey,
That's what I said. It was an adult
pop right up.
cartoon. See, Monday Madness. We were talking about adult cartoons that children should never see, and that was Fritz the cat. They was having sex in the movie. They was the babies, the drugs. It was like I don't know what kind of cat Fritz was. He was a Fritz.
Oh,
Well, shout,
That
Sticky back.
Fritz was
I,
Fritz the cat.
I
Oh,
remember
hell
something that
nah.
looked like this.
I ain't
The
never seen
more
nothing
up
like
the
this.
You ain't never seen that movie.
Hell
It
nah.
looked like a
Oh,
weird
man.
office. It's like
Why
a
that
weird
shit?
office.
Why that shit look like Funny Man Green and his girl?
Go
He got the
play the
green
clip,
jacket on.
Wally.
It look like
They
Funny
got
man
the
with
and
three
look,
white
he got his
bitties. Boy,
hand,
I
got his
see you,
hand on
boy.
his titty.
3 white bitties.
Yeah, he started
Read
off.
everything James
This,
Baldwin's written. He has a true sense of the problems of black people. I worked for Head Start for free last summer. Black kids are so much groovier. I went to a couple of Black Panther meetings. The time for nonviolent revolution is past. More power to the people. I'm taking a course in African studies at school. I had no idea you people were so civilized.
Do you know that property values actually go up when a black family moves in?
Freud didn't write for the black man.
Why does a great actor like James Earl Jones always have to play black men?
Don't you hate it when people say colored or Negro and not black? Black is beautiful.
It's so great that black people are wearing their hair natural, not emulating the image of beauty that white
Look
people
at the
try to
crow.
inflict
Look at
upon
the
them.
crow.
I had a black girlfriend once who said that Jewish people were the closest to black people. I'm Jewish, you know.
I ain't no jive ass black nigga, honey. Who you think I am? Geraldine?
When I say this movie,
I don't know what the fuck I'm just watching.
What the hell was that, Reese?
What the hell?
the movie was called Fritz the
Like,
Cat.
this
It
what
was
you was watching?
Get the fuck out
Man.
of here.
this is
What
in
the
the
hell
70s.
was y'all watching?
Cartoon.
Groovy, baby.
And they was man.
Y'all say what the
Yeah,
hell
you
is
gotta
this?
watch the
Black
whole
ass
movie.
nigger, baby.
This what Reese grew up watching, man. Groovy, baby. Black. I hate when they say the word Negro. You know, it seemed like it was more about racism and shit like that. Like, you know, stop racism back then.
You just saw one clip. You got to see the other clips. They getting high.
That's
They-
enough.
they-
But
they-
I always say, show me the best clip that you can find, and
I didn't
you show
find
me
that
that
clip.
one. I ain't gonna watch the
Pull
rest.
it up. That's not the best clip of the
Nah,
movie.
this is the best one from the movie they put up there. Let me
Hey,
see
child,
what
it
I
wasn't
say.
it was
This is
ER.
number one watch scene. My bad, but maybe because it was a teaching moment or something.
I
back
don't know
then, I
what
don't
the
know.
what that what, you know, but
That was the number
Marley.
one scene of the movie.
Molly.
I don't know.
This
That's only
nigga,
'cause they had
this
the
the
white
nigga who
cats in
played Fritz the Cat.
Ain't no jive turkey. What?
Look at
Who
this
the hell
nigga.
is that?
That's the man who played Fritz the Cat.
Oh hell, no, that's a white boy. That's why they kept saying, "Why you always gotta do blackface?" They asked him like, "Why you always gotta do blackface?"
who is that?
That's the
that's
guy who
that's
did
the
Fritz
cat.
the Cat.
That's the guy, the main.
Y'all didn't hear
character.
Fritz the Cat talk.
That-
That's y'all didn't even.
No,
see
I'm
him
saying
talk
that wrote the whole. That is his.
Oh,
is
he
it
wrote
like-
it. He wrote it. Oh,
No, this is the actor who did the voice.
Oh, this
of
the
Fritz
actor.
the Cat. Yeah.
we didn't even see. Y'all didn't
Oh, I
even
ain't
see
see
Fritz
him yet.
character.
I don't even care. I'm still saying, showing you that
Let me
it's this
see.
white man.
Who was that white man?
That was the dude who did
No,
the
what's his
voice
name?
for
His
Fritz the
name. His
Cat.
name.
Skip Hennett.
I don't know if he's. I don't know him from anything else. Skip Canning.
Skip Hennett. He
Damn,
was
man, this
he,
one
he
too
go
long.
with Bill Cosby and what you call it, and he in a picture with Bill Cosby and Morgan Freeman.
Oh, I think that dude is Fritz. They keep showing him in every clip. The main black one, it's him again.
It's a cat. It's a gray cat, a blue cat looking.
Okay, I know he got on a blue suit. He a gray cat with a blue suit.
With the turtleneck.
Nah, they got him on it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know till I
I'm about to
see this.
just fast forward to the part where they showing him, because they showing that little thing more than Fritz, I guess. But it ain't his show, right? He ain't Fritz. Yeah, that's weird though. This ain't different. It's different.
Fritz lost his job, was getting high, and
Bill
screwing his
Cosby.
buddy, his sister, and cheating on his wife. The wife had the kids crying, the
What the
baby
hell?
crying.
Oh yeah, Fritz turned up. So.
That's what I'm saying. I just cracked up. I was like, this is wild. It was a movie called Fritz the Cat. And the crow, why did you know the Crow Black. Who played the Black Crow?
And Reese, is she in the backstage? 'Cause I sent the link.
Indeed. See, my soul is tortured and tormented by this
You gotta ask
racial crisis.
No shit.
I kid you not, man. Sometimes I really get hung up
Yeah, that's
about it.
Fritz.
You know, uptight, strung out.
In a bag.
Yeah, in a bag.
I'm gonna buy you a drink, cat, just 'cause I think you got coolness.
Oh, great. Hey, boy, can I have a drink?
Oh, man.
Calling me boy.
I don't understand what the fuck we watching. I'm sorry.
You got to fight for that white boy. Calling him boy. Get him, Crow. What the fuck?
Hey, dude.
Put the fade out. Put the fade out.
They blowing pot like mad up in Mildred's.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't.
I don't want to get thrown off the air too low. I can't share too much. But Breezy, that's enough. That was Fritz, right? The cat.
Fritz the
He a
Cat.
little
Yeah.
racist motherfucker, huh? He a little
It
racist.
was a racist movie. Yeah. Well, it was.
You don't
in the
even know he
70s.
racist. Yeah, you don't even know he racist.
Like, even in the 70s, and you saw the white cats, the white girl cats was like, I read Alec Baldwin, and I was like, they were like, oh, African American studies, you know, that was in the 70s, and that's when we had the segregation, integration, and stuff. So
Oh, I can't do this.
It makes sense. That was crazy though. That scenario was crazy. He called him a boy. Make me a drink, boy. And then the bartender get mad because you like, I ain't no fucking boy. Not only ain't no boy, I'm gonna spit in your shit. You spit in his drink and hand it to him. I said, damn. And then the dude, the other crow that was what, he taking up for him for saying the racist shit. Like, are you gonna put out a now two black people fighting the white boy, the white cat, because it's the white cat. He's sitting on the side watching. Like, what the fuck is going on, man? This is what they was brainwashing y'all with, making sure y'all call y'all.
It's wild when you see the whole movie from the beginning to the end to see how it
that shit all day. I get high. I gotta get high now.
When you watch it, you're gonna be like, oh wow.
I ain't smoking like 3 days, like 2 days, so I've been good. But to watch that, I would have to smoke. Like, I can't watch that like this. That was funny though. To me, it was funny.
Now I watched it when I was not a few years ago, and I never seen it. And when the person that told me it was Michelle Pucciarelli, she was like, watch this movie, and I was like, I never seen. She said, you never seen Fritz? I was like, I never seen it. And then when I watched the cartoon, I was like, oh what? It was, to me, it was like, wow. That's, you know, in your adult mind, and then this was made it back in the 70s, you know. And I was like, so they watched this in the 70s, huh? But it's an adult cartoon. We were talking about cartoons and stuff with dark stories behind it and everything. And they saying that this is where Felix the cat came from, from this concept or whatever. You know, y'all was spinning it, the darkness, and this was the darkness. He's a cool black cat, but you know, Felix the Wonderful Cat is the one that I grew up with. Felix the wonderful cat. Felix could fight, do magic, and everything. Felix was up there with Heathcliff. So y'all know Heathcliff was a bad cat. Heathcliff was beating up dogs and everybody was scared of that orange tabby.
Yep.
So don't forget we had Mighty Mouse, Underdog, Danger Mouse. Coming up, we had some good stuff. I ain't never seen a superhero cat other than Heathcliff, like I said. You know, Heathcliff beat everybody up. So, but he was a good cat. You know, he was. That remind me of Slicky Woo Boo. If he had a character, he'd be Heathcliff.
The cat that helped out
David Westpharer.
Hong Kong Phooey. I don't know. I asked you, was she in the backstage?
Garfield.
The cat on Hong Kong Phooey was just the cat, but the dog was a janitor, but the cat was just a cat. That's why it was named Cat. The cat didn't move into nothing.
The cat used to help out. The cat was something like Brain off Inspector Gadget. Yeah. The cat was the one that was saving the day, but the credit went to Hong Kong Phooey.
Hong Kong was the janitor. And the dogs heard it. First of all, why you got the dog cleaning up the police station? Cleaning up the police station. He was the janitor. And that little buggy he had.
No, you want to talk about something like that? How about putting makeup and stuff on Brain and Inspector Gadget being attracted to it? Excuse me, miss. Just want to let you know you were so beautiful and I did this and I'm like, I don't know. I never understood that part.
I didn't. I don't know how they understood Brain because he never talked. Anyway, he just barked and did it. You just like what Scooby do, but he could say Shaggy.
Yeah.
And Scooby could talk, but
yeah.
Tom and Jerry. I got to go back and watch Tom and Jerry cartoon because I was like, the Tom and Jerry. I didn't even know that. Well, did I take my son to see the cartoon? I don't even remember that. Molly played it. I
don't think Scooby talked until they got high. When they weren't high, then he didn't talk. When they didn't have their Scooby snacks, that's when he started talking.
Hey, Scoob, you like
the funniest episode to me was when I forgot what it was. There was some kind of danger with him. She said, "Scooby, would you do it for a Scooby snap?" He said, She said 2 Scooby snap. He said 3. Shaggy said, "I'll do it for 3." I said, damn.
Them Scooby snacks but you know what? Scooby had to be able to speak because his sister spoke and Scrappy Doo and the other Scooby. So Scooby probably could talk too.
They only spoke when they got high. They had to have the Scooby snacks first.
Except for Scrappy. Scrappy Doo didn't need no Scooby snacks.
In the movie, they made Scrappy the bad guy.
They did, yeah. In the movie, Scrappy was mad at Uncle Scoob.
Yeah. Turned on
and they was on the island. Scrappy was gonna get rid of Scooby in the movie. So you're right, they did change it up in the movie.
No, but
in the animated movie, that wasn't even an animated movie. It was a what do you call that when it's like
live action
movie, but the like with the mask smoking. And the people that played Scooby, I guess they had,
You said today was about adult cartoons not meant for kids. I almost got it.
It's just a look back where we had stuff that the kids could definitely benefit from today, like the Electric Company. But I got some other videos when Molly get back.
Laptop dad on.
You said the laptop. Oh, your laptop died.
That Funny Man video up too. Let me know where you want me to share that.
Yeah, I
They
want to
say
see
go
Funny
and
Man, whatever you
Oh,
talking about.
yeah. Play that. Yeah, play that because my laptop's about to die too. Yeah, I'm telling you, this junk
I
was
want to make sure I say
crazy.
But in my head,
don't belong
I
to
want
us.
nobody accusing me of touching it.
Yeah, you gotta get this thing. I got Funny Man. It's called a charger. So it down, you plug it in there, and make sure it don't down you. 'Cause that's
No,
mine.
it don't charge.
Funny
It
Man
does.
computer
It
time
doesn't
from the Weekend
charge.
with Farrah.
While you on it.
I got a charger, but it don't charge unless it's turned off.
Shit. Time for a new one.
Funny Man computer time from the Weekend with Farrah. It stopped stuttering.
Who is
Look,
more
you better find out what Farrah is so you don't have to stutter.
#1 super guy?
Right, she got that.
We gonna check that one out. Here go Funny Man, the golden buzzer. Shit. Man, it's a performance. Ain't it? It's a whole group of choir. They like that. I knew that.
What's up?
I just connected with you from that first audition. Then we spoke on the phone. And I said, how would you feel about singing my favorite song of all time, Purple Rain? And I just heard this scream. Aww. And I thought, that's a yes. I think Prince is the greatest artist of all time. And you said it was going to be good. It wasn't. It was incredible. was honestly a moment I will never, ever, ever forget. And I really pray that this moment will change your lives. And I'm going to give you something from my heart.
About aka Bout Got Jokes. And every morning, Monday through Friday, you can catch me tuned into the Morning Mac Show on Facebook Live with Althea McFarlane, Molly Robinson, and my guy Big Trey. So if you ain't know, now you know. Play with it, but don't play with it.
Okay. Damn Beast, we got booted out.
I'm here.
No. I'm talking about the shout out.
Oh yeah. You ready? All right. Nah, I'm getting ready to head out with my daughter. Man, it was cool. You know, it was good. I wasn't that impressed, but it was all right.
Purple rain, purple. Nah, that's a choir. I expect that from black choirs. You know, what up, Niecy? You ain't see how Niecy just popped up on that thing. But I don't know. I done seen so many. I done seen choirs do some good things. I think it was a good performance, and I think if Prince wasn't dead, Simon did the gold buzzer. But doing the fact that Prince is gone, he one of the best that ever did it. Anytime you play or you perform his song and you hit it, you most likely gonna win or get a golden buzzer. So I'm happy that they ain't just picked the song, but they actually killed it. They took it serious, and Simon asked them to play this song, to sing this song. He requested, so it was a challenge for them. I think they actually stood up to the challenge.
And he had to get the okay. Like I said, he had to get the okay or whatever, from because because Prince don't let anybody just. Yeah, he don't let just anybody do his junk. Or whatever.
If I'm at karaoke night, Prince people gonna pop up.
I'm biased. I did a better rendition of Purple Rain myself. So
did you? Let's hear it, Rodney.
Yeah, I don't think it was that. It wasn't as good as mine. So what do you mean? Let's hear it. You can go on YouTube and watch it right now.
You got a video of Rodney?
Oh yeah, pull that up.
Hey, let's see the video, Rodney.
Hell yeah, I got you that.
Since y'all doubt me,
that's why he said he wanted to impress. He done did this shit already. He need no choir with me. Yeah, I got you.
Let's give me go ahead, y'all finish talking. I'll find it and pull it up.
What you think? These the Prince fan
right here, because I don't want nobody saying she did something.
What you think about it, Reese? The Prince fan, the fans? How do you think they did?
It reminded me. The guy reminded me of Kirk Franklin when he was having them singing the way he said them singing. It reminded me of that, Kirk Franklin and the family.
Yeah, but he can sing.
Good. I mean, they did Purple Rain good. The only thing I got to say, when Purple Rain was alive, the church people wouldn't touch it. Now that he's gone, now they could touch it. I gave my baby a hard way to go. I always loved Prince. Rest in peace.
Michael Jackson said, Prince is a meanie.
He's a meanie.
Why he ain't touch? Why the church ain't play this song though? It's like devilish or something.
Well, they said all of his music and stuff is all of his stuff. They didn't touch it.
Yeah,
all his stuff was devilish, but all.
You know what? They took it off. God damn it! Yeah, they took it off because it was Prince's Purple Rain.
Yeah,
they took it off because it was
purple. Off of YouTube. Yeah, they what you call it? I can't find because I remember when it happened. Yeah, because I might can still find the video. I had it might be on my Facebook. Huh?
Nah, I was reading the comments. We did a misversion.
Private library and just
Yeah, they stay removing people clips and videos. They won't even know till you go looking for.
Look, they look. We might not shouldn't have shared what we shared. It was on YouTube.
Cool, right? Well, it's already on there, you know, so they already used it, so they got the okay. So it ain't dead.
I don't know how it was just it was a Purple Rain weekend with his royal badness, you know. And then I got to give it to my boy Sly Ty. Purple Skyline is like that. Gwen and Rodney, everybody was like, okay, Purple Skyline. So y'all
what
check
about
out
any of these clips that you were sending in the group chat around 5 o'clock, Rodney? Any of these you want to share? Unpopular opinion?
I don't care.
With the dude in it, either you take accountability or that.
All of them are relevant.
I hit that one. All of them.
That is so crazy. Didn't I say today's topic is accountability?
Yeah, I don't think Reese in the old group, the other group, so you can't see.
Yeah, the only group chat I'm in is in the executive one.
Yeah, you got a few videos.
I'm gonna find that Purple Rain.
What role did you play in it going wrong?
Right.
And she'll look you dead in the eyes and say nothing. I did what I was supposed to do. He cheated.
Yeah.
Or I did what I was supposed to do. He neglected me.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's something, but that speaks to the accountability of most women. And a lot of women lack accountability. And because of that they continue to repeat the same.
A lot of women.
Yeah, let me hold on. Let me make sure the mic is working. I said a lot of women lack accountability, and that caters to them constantly repeating the same mistakes.
That right there, what you said, a lot of women lack accountability. No, and I can say a lot of men lack accountability. Y'all cover up this and act like y'all's emotions just shut off. And the moment that a woman tell you about, y'all want to know so much about us, but the moment we tell you one thing about our past or about something that's very important to us, it's like, oh, she crazy. You know, like we closing that door as though everything has to be perfect. So I don't agree with that comment. A lot of women lack accountability. How about we address the men lacking your emotional state at the time that you're trying to get to know the woman? Like,
I think what you're doing is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. Because again, I never said that men don't lack accountability. When you said it, I nodded. Yep, you're right. A lot of men do. But just the mere mention of a woman having something to work on made you feel away. If you tell a woman that she needs to work on something, or you tell a woman that she's doing something wrong, you automatically go into defense, right? Or automatically like spin it back to what the man is not doing, or spin it back to what you did wrong. No. Sometimes you need to really just accept what that person is saying. Yeah, they may be wrong too, and we'll get to that. But right now, we on you. Don't spin it back in my moment of telling you what you need to work on. And a lot of women do that. It's a lot of women who you will sit down and ask her like, hey, like in your last relationship, like what role did you play in it going wrong?
Right.
And she'll look you dead in the eyes and say nothing. I did what I was supposed to do. He cheated.
Yeah.
Or I did what I was supposed to do. He neglected me.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? But no, it's something, but that speaks to the accountability of most women. And a lot of women lack accountability. And because of that they continue to repeat the same.
A lot of women.
Yeah, let me hold on. Let me make sure the mic is working. I said a lot of women lack accountability, and that caters to them constantly repeating the same mistakes.
That right.
There we go. So, you know, I played that clip because that is a lot of times that's what happens when you bring something to the forefront. The first thing they do is spin it to something else, opposed to even addressing what was said. You know what I'm saying? So as a male, when you talk to a lot of women and you tell them something about themselves, they spin it in all kinds of directions. Well, men, and she did exactly what he was talking about, because she went and said, well, men don't have accountability. Okay. Well, what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because what we're talking about is women don't lack accountability. So, you know, it is something that I just wanted to bring up and even though talk about, even though I'm getting ready to go, but you know.
It's a
But
good
it's
topic.
just something to think about. That's all.
Ladies, what up, Blue Fingers? What's your thoughts on that clip since you just popped in? Your mic muted.
Right on time.
Yeah,
like usual.
I saw that I saw that video and I was cracking up. I said, "Oh my God." She did exactly what he said. Yeah, I was like, come on. But yeah, it's true. And I have been guilty of it in my younger days. But that's because women put in it. Girls are not really taught. Yes, girls are not taught to. We're taught certain things, but we're not taught to be held accountable. We're usually not held accountable. We usually kissed up or we usually padded up. We cry and we usually giving excuses. We usually spoil you. And even those that aren't spoiled, we are usually, giving passes. We're giving passes a lot. So it is the responsibility for one of the mother to teach the daughters accountability. But if the mother doesn't have accountability, how can she teach her children, her daughters? And dad usually, teaches his daughter accountability, or he teaches her how to deal with men because that's what he's supposed to do. So yeah, it's true. I agree. And I have been guilty of it. Definitely been guilty of it. But now I hold myself accountable and I'll tell on myself. And when I'm wrong, I apologize. And even if I may not be wrong, I might be all the way right. But sometimes some moments don't require or need you to say, well, I was right. So, I've learned that over time. It takes maturity and understanding that you are wrong sometimes. And you got to hold yourself accountable. Like, you got to own that.
And a lot of people have to realize that you don't have to be wrong to still do something. You know what I'm saying? Like you can be 100% right and still have to take accountability for what you did or how you made that person feel.
Yeah.
Or how you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, I have these conversations. Like I'll be honest with you, I had a conversation with my wife this morning where I had to break that down to because the first thing she said where I feel. Okay, how you feel has nothing to do with this conversation. You know what I'm saying? You can feel a certain way, that's fine, but that still doesn't change the conversation. You know what I'm saying? The conversation is about A and B. How you feel has nothing to do with A and B, and a lot of times women take how they feel as a fact. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so what you said made me feel sad, so therefore it can't be right. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? What I said can be right, and it can make you feel sad. That is, you know what I'm saying? Both of those things can go together. So a lot of times you have to take that away, and women have, in my opinion, are not well at that. You know what I'm saying? When a feeling comes on, that feeling controls what was said more than what was actually said. If they're angry because you said it, if they didn't like it, because you said it, then it can't be good. But that doesn't mean what you said is not true. You know what I'm saying? So, it has to go into that. And that's one of the things, I try to express is like, okay, because like my wife tells me, oh, this makes me feel this way. And I said, well, good. Now take the feeling out and just listen to what I said. You know what I'm saying? Now take the feeling out and just listen to what I said. Because it's still, your feeling still does not change what was said. You know? So I mean, I don't like half the shit that I go through every day. It gives me weird feelings too, but shit, I still gotta do it. Like it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Your feelings don't matter. And and that's what the issue is. A lot of women have that problem of separating the two. Anyway.
Well, it a lot of it too. One thing that I've learned to say is, what did you hear? Yeah. Because the feelings usually go off what we heard or what we thought we heard. And a lot of times we get triggered in the middle of the conversation because we're assuming that this is what you're about to say, or we heard something that really is not what you're saying, but because we kind of tingle it in, we're emotional creatures. And we have to learn how to stop operating in the emotion. So I like the fact that you said, okay, well, take your feelings out of it and actually listen to what I was saying, because we need to learn how to do that. Being around men all the time, like I grew up around boys. Men, boys, I'm always around guys. I think I have an advantage because I've had that experience and I had to learn how to deal with or how to look at myself as a mirror. It's a mirror. So I don't know. So I'll do an example of myself. Last weekend, I was having a conversation and I forgot what we were talking about. But it came up about our kids. Me and my boyfriend came up about the kids. And I was telling him about my daughter. She trying to leave out the house. I think I told you about the booty shorts and all that stuff. And put it away. And so he was just talking to me. And basically, he was basically saying that I'm too soft on the children.
Mm-hmm. Which is typical for the mother role.
Yeah. And so I was like, but I didn't argue with him because he's right. You know, I am too soft on him. And I know this. But instead of me arguing with him saying, well, I sat there and I listened. And I may not have wanted to hear what he said, but he was absolutely right. And I was like, he was like, you quiet. I said, well, I'm just thinking about what you said. And I'm not angry. I'm just really just processing what you said because you're right. And so, I didn't go off on him. I didn't get mad with him. I didn't do any of that. After we talked about that part, we went into a whole nother conversation. I wasn't upset, so it's like you have to learn how to pull yourself or pull the initial things that come up away. Initial thing would be to be offended, but why are you offended?
Or defense mechanism. It's usually you trying to defend what was said, and sometimes you don't gotta defend it. Like a lot of times, and the other thing for me is I tell my wife is like, you also got to register who it's coming from, because I'm your husband. I don't want you. I'm not telling you this to hurt you. You know what I'm saying? If you get hurt by it, that's actually a decision that you made. What I said had nothing to do with the fact that you got hurt. You decided to be hurt by that. But if I'm your husband and you know that I'm telling you this out of good, then you really have to separate that. And you have to understand that, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to tell you nothing bad. I'm not going to tell you something just to, make you feel bad or make you feel lesser or whatever the case may be. It's actually to make you stronger. You know what I'm saying? Because if I see this weakness, then the world sees that weakness too. And if I'm telling you about it, and the thing about it is that, most women don't want to feel that vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? That when you tell them about something about themselves, they get defensive because they feel like they have to defend themselves. When in actuality, depending on who it's coming from, you don't. And even really, no matter who it's coming from, you don't, because there's nothing that anybody can do to you to make you have to defend yourself. Like, who do you have to defend yourself to? I mean, in reality, you really don't. You choose to, but you really don't. Like, what the fuck? Tell me something. Some stranger on the street comes up to you and says something to you. What does he matter? He's leaving. Somebody at a job is saying something. What do they matter? They might not have a job next week. You might quit next week. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff doesn't really matter, but a lot of people take offense to it. So anyway, that was a good. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, that's a great topic. I think a lot of women do that. Like he said, men can do it as well. I think that's something people got to grow out of. And shit, I don't know if it ever. Most of the women that I know does it. Family, friends, girlfriend. So it's just like it ain't never really their fault. It ain't never really at fault. And some of the things I go through, I'm not confrontational. Like I don't know how to go back and forth. Like I would really just say fuck you and just move on. Like I don't care. I don't care to give that energy, and I should maybe, but that's just not me. I've never been good at that. Definitely if I feel like I ain't doing nothing wrong. But one of the situations I was in, like I do the show. And, I got to send money out. My kids, they get money through Cash App. So sometimes if I'm on the show like now, I might get a text for a Cash App. Like, it don't be no, hey, daddy, grand rising, how you doing? How was your week? None of that shit. I need $100. I need $50. Send $40 for this, $20. It don't matter. When I see it, I send the money. But this one particular time, I seen it about 30 minutes late. So I'm arguing with this person's arguing me because I didn't send it when they first sent the request, or I ain't replied to their message because I'm on the show. I ain't see it. You know, so I'm like, okay, I was on the show. None of that mattered. Then they start bringing up, oh shit, well, when your child was 3 months, I'm like, what the fuck going on? Like, shit back in the time. So that's when it get like that. That's when I really be like, I'm done. You know, like I'm done. Like it's cool if I can't send it, I'll just let you know if I can't. But if I can, I can't. But it got to the point that I was told that I should send money every day. I should send money all the time. So this person never had to ask for money, and my child can always get what they want when they want it at that time. I said, I barely got the money to send when you send a request. So how the fuck is I'm gonna send money ahead of time? So that became an argument because that person didn't understand where I was coming from. So I was just like, I can't go back and forth. Like, if you don't understand where I'm coming from, I clearly understand where you're coming from, but I just can't do it. So that just be letting me know, like, a lot of people, and it could be me, I think they selfish. If things don't go a certain person way, they just find other ways to get around. And if you ain't that person, they move on. But that's just me, though. I'm not confrontational. I think women don't be accountable to a lot of things. I think some men, but most of the women I know, they not. If they do wrong, it's not their fault. It's somebody else's fault. If they don't have the money, it ain't because they not working and they not grinding. It's because somebody in the family ain't give it to them, or the father ain't doing what the fuck he supposed to do.
You want to hear something crazy that somebody said to me the other day, Molly, on that subject?
What?
Oh, I think it might have been, no, was it Chow? No, it was one of my other boys. One of my other boys put on the jump. He said, when women are broke, the only thing they think is they're dating the wrong person. Isn't that fucking crazy? That when women are broke, and they don't think they got shit to do with them, it's like I'm dating the wrong nigga because I'm broke. If I was dating the right nigga, I wouldn't be broke. That's what they
Well,
think.
that's
That don't make no sense.
That's a generational thing. That, believe me, that is definitely a generational thing. Because it ain't, it's usually not the older women, but it is definitely a generational thing, and that irritates the shit out of me. Believe that. The fact that I'm raising girls and I'm raising sons puts me in a position where I can make sure that my daughters do not have that attitude, and that my sons don't have a certain attitude, or that they know to not accept certain things from, you know, these up and coming girls and these women. Like Reese said, no, that is not always the case. Let me tell you something. I've been working since before I was legally able to work. And then when I was legally able to work, I went to work. It bothers me now that I'm not working because I'm used to working and bringing money in the house. And so I do what I got to do. I do hair, I go clean houses, I do whatever. And it has nothing to do with whether my man or whoever don't have money, because I'll take him out on a date. If he needs money, I'll give it to, you know, so that's how it works for us. But there's a generation of women who have been misinformed and told basically they poor gold digger in their life, you know, in their system, and that's how it operates. But there are a lot of women out here don't operate like that. And but then I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying that there is a generation of girls and women that have been poured into. If he ain't got no money, don't mess with him. You know what I'm saying? And so that's not particularly us, but it is some of us that's pouring that into these girls. So it just depends, you know. It's just like anything that have come up, it has come from somebody. Shoot, it was a video I saw where this older woman was talking about some nonsense. I'm like, lady, you're too old for this. You are too old for this.
Hey,
like,
Phoenix.
Yeah.
Chow Boss said you can come clean this basement anytime.
And you gotta pay the money.
Uh-huh.
I got bills.
Molly got you. Molly said, ha ha. For domestic work.
What's your thoughts on this, Reese? You've been quiet over there, arms folded. I know you got a few.
We've been talking.
No, I'm agreeing with what everybody is saying. I'm in agreement, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here thinking, when did we birthed the generation of gold diggers, or had that always been in the back of had that part always been in the back of the mind? Because it always tell you get a good man, a man to take care of you. We have always came up to believe, even in not so much my grandmother day. Yeah, even in her days, to get a gold digger, a man with money. That's what they were looking at to get off the farm. Oh, you need a man with money to get you this, and you need a man. That has always been taught to a girl. They you know what they call it? You have to marry well. That's what they mean. Instead of don't marry a broke nigga. Ray Charles, she gives me money.
And I mean, here's your trifle. That's changed a lot of my way, but
that's
I like this program.
He switched up the words. He said, "I got a girl way over town that depends on me," but a lot of it is embedded in a woman to be a domestic servant, and you want to marry well. You want to, but you have to do everything but marry well. They inbreeding it to be a gold digger. And then when when the suffrage came, when the women's equal rights, women live doing it, sisters are doing it for themselves and all that, that part came in. That's took away from like so much the gold digger. Instead of marrying well, you be well. Don't worry about marrying well. Worry about you being well. You being to take care of your stuff. So that's when that woman's lib came. That kind of got you out of the gold digger era. But the gold digging thing always been there. They've always told you to go for a man with the money or go for the bag. That's why they tell you to marry doctors, marry lawyers, marry this, marry that. And they don't tell you to marry retail people. They don't tell you to marry a cook or a garbage man. They're always telling you to marry this, marry that. But here's a garbage men make money too. Waste management make money. Truck drivers make money. People that drive the trash truck make money. So he's, but it was always told, that was always programmed in you. That part was
well. I think, Reese, I think what you're talking about. Remember, women didn't have rights to do anything, so we had to marry well. That's why it wasn't necessarily gold digging. In order for you to leave home and be, treated well, you had to marry well. You're not gonna go marry somebody who's doing the same thing your father's doing because he wants you to be able to be taken care of. So eventually you're going to end up taking care of them. It wasn't necessarily gold digging. That's just how it's always been. Gold digging now, the way it is now, is outrageous. You got to send a cash app before you can do this, and you got to do. Which the hell?
If you wanted me to go out with me, you got to cash app me money for my hair and nails before I go.
You got to get my nails done. You got to buy my outfit, baby. You better go on that damn clothes.
Buy my outfit.
Well, hold on. What about the part about accountability? Let's go back to that. What about the part about accountability? What'd you think about that?
Yeah.
So she agree, huh?
That's it? Just yeah?
Yeah. He said allow a woman. Yeah. Allow a woman. Yeah.
Bees mess with you. Anytime you had to be accountable or something, Riri, or somebody wasn't accountable when it came to you, it's some dudes out here that don't.
I'm gonna take accountability right now when I say this because I said it. I'm gonna own it, and I'm gonna take accountability right now when I say this. Go to hell, Rodney. I take accountability for that. I take accountability for that funny bed. I take accountability for that. I said it. I did it. I said that. Yeah. She said that, Rodney. Yeah. I take accountability.
Oh, man. All right. I'm going to keep on.
I had to think about it. I'm like, is he picking with me?
Molly, I'm going to keep on sending them, Molly. I'm going to keep on sending
I got some more. Let's see what else you got.
Wait a minute. I got a video that talks about that too.
Go ahead, Molly.
Talks about the women.
Oh, yeah. You got to send me that one, Reed. You already sent it? I'm going to check it after this. I'm just going to play them all.
With modern marriage from a man's perspective, as far as I'm concerned. Most of the marriages I know okay? The man provides financially. He protects, right? He, you know, he's also there to be part of the family dynamic, taking care of kids, doing the things that he can do. What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day, you know, sex. She brings, you know, taking care of kids. Okay, if you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law. The court cannot order her to be nice to you, to fuck you, to be a wonderful mother to your children. She can't. They can't force that. So when you have a contract where only one side of it is enforceable with the power of the state and the other side is not, my attitude is, why don't we then just have an honest conversation about what we could both be afraid of and what value we want to attribute? But the court can't. Here's the problem with modern marriage from a man's perspective, as far as I'm concerned. Most of the marriages I know, okay, the man provides financially. He protects, right? He, you know, he's also there to be part of the family dynamic, taking care of kids, doing the things that he can do. What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day, you know, sex. She brings, you know, taking care of kids. Okay, if you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law. The court cannot order her to be nice to you, to fuck you, to be a wonderful mother to your children. She can't. They can't force that. So when you have a contract where only one side of it is enforceable with the power of the state and the other side is not, my attitude is, why don't we then just have an honest conversation about what we could both be afraid of and what value we want to attribute? But the court can't. The problem. Here's the problem with modern marriage from a man.
Oompa-dee-doo, the morning Mac show is definitely for you. Monday through Friday, it's the place to be. And guess what, crowd? Sometimes you'll see me. It's your boy, Mr. John. Tune in to the Morning Mac Show. Have a blessed day. My name is Mr. John, and I'm out.
Mr. John, and I'm out. That was a good video. But I only got some joints right now. They on fire.
Yeah, he been like
ladies first.
Okay, so coming from an ex-married perspective, because not everybody on the channel is married or have been. So marriages nowadays are not just the man providing. Now, I agree, because men do have most of what he said is absolutely correct. Marriage is not set up, if we going off of, you know, how it really is set up, it's not set up for the men. The ending of it, I'll say that. But women do not only bring pussy to the table. Women do not only bring a smile. Women do not only bring child rearing. That's the problem I have. We are always belittled in our position in marriage. That is the only issue I have with that video. Now,
what's belittling about that?
That the only thing we bring is pussy?
Nobody said it's the only.
That's what he's saying.
No. You named three things, so you can't put only. So you belittle it by saying only.
But see,
he said, you said women bring sex, women bring caring, women bring nurturing. These are all things that y'all do bring. But when you say only in front of it, that's you belittling it. Nobody's belittling it. I think it's a very important thing to bring.
But if he said that the only thing men bring is money, men bring money, and men bring, that's still belittling your position, because you are more than just your money. This is what. So in a marriage, because I was married 14 years, together with this man 18 years. I worked, and sometimes more than he did. I also took care of our children and took care of him. When we got divorced, the only thing I asked for was the divorce. Now, that is not the case all the time, but that is the case sometimes, because I wasn't with him for his money. I didn't give two shits, because he ain't really had none. At the end of the day, if you out here doing what you're doing, it is what it is. Women.
But Phoenix, here's the other part of that. If he did make a lot of money, you wouldn't have to ask for it. The court would make him do it.
I told them
whether you ask or not. No, it don't. I hear what you're saying, Phoenix, but Let's
Mm-hmm.
be honest. If me and my wife divorced, I am right now the sole breadwinner.
Right.
My wife would not have to ask for shit. They are going to award her. You know what I'm saying?
To award me too, and I told them no. Women can tell them no. You don't have to take it. I was getting ready to go there.
Well, you're a blessing. You're a blessing because most women would not. They're gonna take it.
I wasn't with him for money. I wasn't with him for. So I told him no. You want child support? No. He gonna take care of these kids, and he ain't gotta give me nothing. You want spousal support? No. He ain't gotta take care of me. We're not together. Now that is, you're right. That's an. I am the exception.
Right.
But
I would have told you take that nigga money if it was up to me and you was having that conversation. I would be like, you better get that money, girl. But go ahead.
Because, like you said, if you don't do, and like when we had the conversation earlier, you got to know your person. He would have been in jail. He wouldn't have paid it.
I'm going to jail. Yeah, anybody put me in child support, I'm going to jail.
But yeah, he wouldn't have paid it. And
$10. I don't give a fuck.
My children need their father.
I got you.
That's my position.
Yeah.
I'll do what I got to do. They need their father because I know he wasn't gonna pay it. It's no purpose of putting somebody on the system when you know how they are. It's a person. If you can, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I said. The only thing that really bothered me about that is the fact that it makes it seem like the only thing women bring are certain things, and that we can't do other things. Most of these households outside of yours, because you say you are the sole provider. Most of these households.
Oh, just right now. I'm not saying all the time. Don't get me twisted. Don't get it twisted. Yeah, I'm just talking about currently.
But most households are two-income households. The way this is, it has to be.
No, I agree. And you got to understand, they're always talking in broad terms. It ain't, every situation has different circumstances.
Well, true.
You know what I'm saying?
I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
It's against y'all. And that system, which is wild, because the system was created by men, white men, not y'all. But it's crazy to think that y'all will have a better outcome because it was created by men. Instead, it was turned against you. But at the end of the day, it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
That system was created white men for us, to be against black people. It wasn't against them. The rules that they created were never for them. The rules were always for the poor. The rules were never, any of these rules are never for the rich white man that created it. The rich white man is going to pay his wife and have another house and let her do what the fuck he want to do. He ain't going to care. The rich white man is making enough money that his white woman ain't leaving. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter who he fucking. You know what I'm saying? He ain't going nowhere. So, that's why I said the people that created these rules, they weren't for them. So, but
right. Anyway. I like that. I like the divorce part though.
But the other thing that guy did talk about later in that interview, I kind of watched some of it, was that that the fact that instead of money, women are fighting for time. So in other words, the system is set up to give her money, but not also hold the husband responsibility for spending time with his children. And that was something that he was like, if women fought for the time just as much as they fought for the money, the system would be a better thing. But I don't care either way. I'm gonna take care of my kids either way, and
right,
and stuff like that. Because a lot of women, they want the money, but then they don't want the child to spend time with their father. And like I said, I'm just saying a lot of women. I'm not saying anybody in this room, but I'm just saying that a lot of women want that. They just want the money, and they don't want to give up time. They want all custody. They all this, all that, and not give that time to the husband, you know what I'm saying? Because they're angry about something else, But it's just
sports too, Rodney. That's another thing. He got child support. He should be able to see his children. And majority of men want to see their children. That's
absolutely. Yeah, no, I'm saying they do.
Just like you want to enforce them. He needs to be able to see his kids. He's coming to get his kids every weekend or on certain days. That should be established right then and there. I agree with that. If you want to establish child support or spousal support, the children should be able to be established of who's going to have them when because he wants to see his children.
That shit draining. They use their system to drain you. You know, that's why I never got caught up into it. But I seen my friends and them, and I was like, if I ever was like my girl to put me on child support, I can't see me paying it. I'm going to jail. I just feel like I do too much. You know, as a father, I would fly down there. I would drive. I would walk. Whatever I got to do to go see my son, I would go do it. The same thing with my daughter. So it's just like when motherfuckers put you on child support and anything like that, they don't really care about that person. You know, because like he said, it covers everything for the woman. So even if y'all break up, everything that man used to bring to the table, the government will give it to you just to keep him away. And then for that man, he don't get no help, no assistance, really nothing at all. He got to figure it out. You know, so it's like a lot of women don't see that, so they throw child support on top of that, and now you trying to pay your bills, your rent, everything by yourself, no government assistance, and then still pay child support. They end up going to jail because you might not pay it, or you know. So it's just like that.
Their license, they lose their driver's license. Like I had to get on one of my girlfriends about that. I said, let me tell you something. Does he help you with the kids? Does he do this? Does he do? I get on her because I'm like, do you know that he got bills too? So they giving you all this money for him, and you get mad about something he can't provide for himself. He got to be able to take care of his household.
Reese over there, tight face. You okay, baby? You all right, Reese? You want to need a hug or something? You all right over there?
You get tired.
Quiet? No. You got us muted? You're not even listening?
Ricky looks sleepy.
I'm listening and I'm thinking, and there's a lot of different scenarios going on here. That's why the man in the video said most of the people that he knows. That's in his circle. Weezy got a different circle. I got a different circle. Everybody have different circumstances and situations. And remember, child support, you didn't start going to jail to Clinton. Was that Clinton, the president, that punished that by jail? I disagree. I do not think they should send him into jail for the child support, because that it's an oxymoron. I'm going to send you to jail because you're not paying your child support. Well, what is he going to be making while he's in jail? And what good does that do? That's slavery. That's another, so I disagree. And it's a sad state of affairs when the government have to make you take care of your children. That's wrong. For those out there who ducking and dodging, you know who you are. I ain't going to have to say no names. Instead, when a real man going to take care of his kids and going beyond. I know some men that is on child support and still do for their children above and beyond, because they know that the amount of child support that the child needs more than that. Sometimes you could go in the court and know how to finagle the
Let's bring them on the show.
And they don't, and they can get away with paying less. But then sometimes they go to court and the women lose because the man was doing so much more before. Then he got a court appointed and they gave him less. And I was like, I seen that happen to somebody. I said, see, he was trying to be facetious and greedy. And it backfired because he was giving you how much a week? And now you go into court and you getting this amount. You was better off letting him do what he can do for his child. You got more. But people
I love y'all. I gotta get ready to go.
All right.
I just want to say bye tonight, 7:00, Dad Mentality. Also, we're talking about men's mental health. Get your finger out of it. Men's mental health and creating a safe place for yourself. So, and it's open if anybody wants to join us. So, if anybody wants to join us and have a conversation, you're more than welcome. Just send DM me. Let me know.
I can come on tonight.
Absolutely.
Tapping in.
We're talking about mental health and creating a safe space. I don't know if you want to be in that conversation.
I want to be in that conversation.
You know what, Robbie?
Why wouldn't I want to be?
I don't know. Just asking, making sure. All right. See y'all
I want
later.
a safe place too.
I gotta go.
Yeah, peace. All right, Nisi. See that hand back there?
You said
he actually left. It took him about 30 minutes to an hour. He always say leaving. I ain't think he actually gonna leave though. I got your video now, Reese. Let's see what this one talking about.
A grown ass motherfucking nigga. You can't be a grown ass motherfucking bitch and say to me that Diddy forced you to do a motherfucking thing. Nah, I'm not gonna take that shit. You played a part. Because see, Diddy can't become a monster by himself. There's people that have to constantly keep feeding that motherfucking beast. And the reality is that there are people out here that will do any motherfucking thing for success. That's it, that's all. They'll do anything for wealth. That's it, that's all. If it means sacrificing every ounce of their integrity, every ounce of their morale and their beliefs, they'll do it. But here's the thing about it. You can't circle back and tell us that you was a motherfucking victim. You was not being groomed. It was your greed. And until you address your greed, then you can address the situation. Otherwise, miss me with that motherfucking bullshit. I don't give a fuck how much money a nigga got. You're gonna be out here prostituting me and shit, nigga. You know, it's like, hey, come on now. At some point in time, I think what it is that a lot of you females is mad because he disrespected the fuck out you and didn't give you what the fuck you came for. Let's just really talk about it. I'm being honest with you. Because that was disrespectful ass shit that you participated in. And it had nothing to do with motherfucking Diddy. All Diddy was doing was taking advantage of motherfuckers who was willing and able to be taken advantage of. Let's have a real motherfucking conversation now. Some of you niggas was hanging around Diddy, and you knew how the fuck Diddy got down. You was okay with it, nigga. You trying to play, y'all. A lot of you niggas trying to play like you don't know what the fuck Diddy be doing. And some of you niggas knew that shit, but you didn't care because you was looking for career advancement, nigga. Can't be a grown ass motherfucking nigga. You can't be a grown ass motherfucking bitch and say to me that Diddy forced you to do a motherfucking thing.
I actually follow her. I love her point of view. She be cracking me up sometimes. But I actually follow her. I her point of view. And again,
yeah, I know she be aggressive.
Who is she? What's her name?
I forgot her name. What's her name? What it say?
Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like I forgot. Remy, Andy Remy or something. Is she a comedian? Yeah, it said right here, Andy Remy Sparks. Comedian Andy Remy Sparks. I thought why you went there, Reese. You shared the video. This is your video. Come on, who is
right? But when I see the video, I can only see like the video content. You know, and I see the video, and I was like, if I agree with what she say or don't, or think that this is a good subject matter, I can't see all the other accolades.
I agree. I've been saying that shit for the longest. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. Like y'all grown. Like what Diddy and them was doing was a fucking freak off or orgy, whatever you want to call it, but he wasn't forcing people. You know, I'm like, if I start to hear that, then it's like that was a problem. But if you grown and y'all know what he doing, y'all going to these parties, like, nah, some of y'all were just with that shit. Now, for some of the kids or some of that might get, you know, involved into it, they ain't really had nothing to do with it, they might want to come out and say something. But I think all the elites be having some weird parties. They be paying off people that had sex with them in weird ways and shit. So it's just like, I don't think it's nothing new. I just think they trying to make it look like, you know, Diddy just this wild dude who just be molesting and taking advantage of all people. Like we all ain't grown and smart. You know, it's like a lot of these people ain't dumb. They know what they doing. They just chose to do it. So I just like Usher, all y'all like Usher, you was with that shit. And he might got groomed into it because he had a lot of these kids when they was young. Well, Myth, when they was young, Justin, all of them when they was young. And it seemed like that's something Diddy got groomed into too. So it seems like when they get older, they tend to do it to the next kids that's coming under them, you know, the next people. But I think it's something the elites gonna do for a long time. They probably drinking blood and all types of shit. I don't know what they got at their parties, but I know people be there a lot, and only certain people can get into them parties. You got to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. So I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Now on some parts, because you know, again, he had power. He not the side, but you know, Kim Porter. I think that was who she was. Like, it's some things. Some things I'm pretty sure he was trying to hurt people. But the other stuff, I agree. You participated. You were there. You knew what was going on. You could have left.
She was referring to Kathy.
No, I know who she was referring to, but I'm just saying in some cases, you know, he did use his power. But in those cases, again, You can be manipulated, but at what point do you say, oh, you can leave? But again, when you're chasing an image or that money, you do sell your soul. And at this point, she sold her.
She was at the people become at the crossroads. You make a decision. Do you do it or do you don't? Do you do it? Do you don't?
And you don't have that guidance to teach you. You keep going. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. And again, like you said, Molly, he was grown. I'm pretty sure he was grown, because you don't just start doing stuff like that out of nowhere. You got to be taught. You got to see somebody do it. Somebody usually does it to you.
You know what? This is the part about like the free choice. I was on hard times. I already had Tyree, and I didn't have the money. I had bills coming out the wazoo. So I was approached, right, to do something unsavory, right, for money. It wasn't a little bit of money; it was a lot of bit of money that would take care of all my bills and set me up for a couple of months. I turned it down. And it was on the lines of porn, the photo shoot thing. I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to. That wasn't me. That wasn't part of my integrity, my moral value, or my moral fiber. And I was a child. I said I would never want to do anything that could go back and hurt my son. Hurt my son. Now, maybe if I was single and didn't care nothing about nobody but myself, that's something different. I don't like nobody hustle. But I had to make a decision and a choice that I could live with.
Oh, you know what else too? We need to add in there, the drugs. Now, we can say that you have free will, but once you get on them drugs, you can
take your will from you.
Takes your will.
Yeah.
That could very have been her case. We just don't know because we weren't there. But again, the other people, like Molly said, who could just didn't have to be there. You know, they could have chose to leave. They saw things happen. They could have said something. It's a lot of stuff like that. But in her case, it may have been drugs. And she was young too. So it's easier to manipulate younger people. It's easier to have them do things because they think that you're looking out for them. And again, we don't know what happened because we weren't there. But at some point, you know, eventually you gotta wake up and run or something. You know, it's just.
You said gotta wake up and run or something.
There's too many stories of like making the band and all them Kurt, you know, them dudes, they come out, they've been talking about Cassie. You know, like how she was just this evil motherfucker, how she thought she was the bitch because she was dating Diddy. But it was one girl she didn't play with, and that was Lil' Kim. So every time Lil' Kim showed up, that's the only time she felt like she wasn't her, you know. But they said she was nasty. She was like, she knew what she was doing. She was picking out the people. She was grooming people as well. So it's like she was with the shit. You know, ain't no telling she was with it from the beginning, but there's too many that can get involved but haven't, you know. Yeah. It didn't turn down. LA said you didn't turn down that cable bill money, Reese.
You know
about
all
that.
I had to do was dance. The
You
dance
know
was
about
production.
LA?
Ain't no shame in dancing. Ain't no shame in being dancing and seductively sexy. I did not get naked for the money. Okay? Let's get it straight.
We all of us have thought about a little pole action for some cash, but I can't do it.
I danced. I wasn't out there naked. You didn't see no areola, no coochie hair, no nothing. You didn't see none of that. You didn't see none of that.
Hey, that's how you gotta make your money. I just think girls got it that sweet. You know, just like you can really just start scripting and make thousands of dollars. If your body's really bad, make probably tens of thousands of dollars. Yep. Then if it ain't that, you can just suck some dick and you'll be good. You know, it's like, what the fuck? You can just open your legs and nigga will pay you. It's like, what the fuck? And most of these girls, they fuck for free anyway. So if they get offered some money, they like, shit, I was going to do this for the free, but you going to give me $500? Down that started something, you know, girls start to see that it's some Spanish guys out here that draw attention to them that normally wouldn't get from the brothers or the white guys. These Spanish dudes been in the club spending guap on any girl. It can be a trans. They don't give a fuck. As long as it look like a girl, they will fucking spend thousands of dollars. They would throw money on them people. So it's like it makes sense for them. They probably ain't got to do much. It's easy money. And then for the ones who actually making big money, they trying to trick with them anyway. It's like they want to sleep with them and hoping that they keep them around, you know. So it's different worlds out here, but I just try not to judge and understand people's situation. The ones that throw me off, the people that they don't have to do it, they like to do it. Them the ones that just confused. It's like you come from a nice family, got a nice. Why you doing this? I love it. You know, like they just love to be a whore. You know, love the script. It's like that's weird.
Some
You
people
got
like
money,
that
come
much.
from a nice family. It just like it ain't what it's art to them. You know, some people just look at the girl just shaking her. Nah, to them it's art. Like they really practice working on pose and pole dancing. That shit's serious. You know, it ain't just you can go up there and just shake your ass. Like, nah, they can clam and do all tricks and all that, and it take practice. I didn't know that. I didn't know King of Diamond do tryouts like NFL. So I was up there at the tryouts. I'm like, what's this? It's a tryout. So these girls got to try out to be a script at King of Diamonds. Yes. I didn't know that. I thought you just go up there and say, hey, I like to dance. She bad. Nah, you got to know how to dance.
Exotic dancers.
You got to know how to
dance. Dancers. Yes.
Yeah,
know how to dance. And you know, and the same thing with the men. You see, you got some men that know how to dance, and it's like I'm gonna say his name, the Bullet. Back in the day, the Bullet, he was a dancer, like ballet and all of that. He was a classical trained dancer and everything, but he stripped for money. He moved to New York. I think he's on Broadway. But he was still, but he was a real dancer. He could dance his butt off, and when he do a show, he did a show. He did all the spins, and I was like, I am watching an dancer. I mean, it was just like, ooh, and then he flips and everything. And then you forget he's a stripper because he was such a good entertainer. And people was throwing money at him because he was entertaining. He ain't even good. Got to get nobody face the ground because, you know, he was a short, little, dark-skinned dude, but he could dance his butt off. And I enjoy just watching him. Little girl, boom, eyes get
that money. That honky out.
They gave him money. And then they gave Mr. Olympic. They gave him money because he was a bodybuilder turned stripper. And all he had to do was get up there and make a pose, and they would throw him. And I was like, but he ain't dancing.
The oldest profession out here. Like when I found out white people call honky because they used to come pick up the black woman that was prostituting in the neighborhood to take care of their families. And they men used to let them go do it because they knew they needed the money. But the white man to come out, he won't never get out of the car. He just honked the horn. So the black people in the neighborhood like, oh, that go honky. You know, that go honky out there. He just come and honk the horn. The woman get in the car and he drop her back off later. But that's how the white men got the name honky from. They used to come pick up the black prostitutes in the neighborhood, and he'd never get out. He just honked the horn. I said, this the old profession there is out here. He said, fuck on white John. He wouldn't go get him some black pussy and get the horn.
That's where the term honky came from?
Yeah, from what I research. Yeah, I found that a long time ago. Yeah. Hey, if y'all heard that, let me know in the comments. Chow said some females love that boot on their neck.
So, you know.
You might say some more for tomorrow. This more tomorrow, Jake.
Yeah. We did a 4-hour show today.
Oh, Chow.
Roll out. We gotta make like the Decepticons. Roll out. Autobots. Roll out. Time we got to roll, y'all.
The new Transformers is ridiculous. They can really transform. That shit is ridiculous, man. The toys these kids got today.
Yeah.
Y'all probably see that the best too. Y'all got the best toys and games. Y'all like, shit, PlayStation 1, y'all motherfuckers lucky. Now they got PS5. Shit look real. Look like I'm walking through that motherfucker.
Look, we started off Atari. Don't forget Bleep. We had beep Pong, where we just trying to get the line and look at the games now with the shooting and and everything. And I'm like, wow, the analytics, the aesthetics. Oh, wow.
I was pressed when my uncle got his Atari. I was pressed to play it.
Did your uncle steal my Atari 2600? Mine got misses. I stole out the hood. And the only reason why I cried because they took the games. I had every game because I had a collection. Because I couldn't get an Atari when I was a little girl. So when I got old enough to start working, just like with my tennis shoe stuff, I got the Atari 2600. Every game you name, I had on there. Frogger, Donkey Kong, Dig Dug, every, that was classic. And I knew I had a classic set. And they did too. The damn thieves.
And my brother and them had that shit. I was like, what the hell is this? They had all the old games. I played it. But once that Nintendo came out, throw that shit out the way. I got Mario here. Got Sonic on Sega. Like, got Sega CD, Sega 2, Sega 3, Genesis.
The first time that I saw Super Mario Brothers, I thought that was like, wow.
Yeah, that was so cool.
That shit stuck in your head for life. You ain't gonna never forget Mario.
And then they gave Kirby. Tyree had a Nintendo since he was 2 years old. That was my mistake. But nobody could beat this little kid on Kirby. I mean, not Kirby. I think it was he. And he sucked in. Yeah, it was Kirby. He sucked in the air like
Kirby or Pokemon. And he was hard to beat. Kirby was serious.
And he had Dr. Mario, and then nobody could beat him in that. We was like, JR my cousin Just used to be mad. How did Tyree beat me? How did Tyree? My aunt and them was playing against Tyree, and you playing against a toddler and losing.
Best system ever. You get the Nintendo 64. That was the best. GoldenEye, NFL Blitz, Streets, Sonic, all them games that you talking about. That shit was lit. They had Mario Party House, Mario Go-Kart. Man, all them joints was lit, man. Like, we used to really sit there and play tournaments, like split screen. Like, you looking on my screen. Now these kids can be in whole different locations and playing with each other online. Like, we had to meet up, get together. You got your controller? I bring my own controller because niggas had them broke controller to try to give you the broke one. And now, you like, nah, I got my own controller. Yeah, I bought my own shit. But we used to be on it. The kids still on it, but it is like, it ain't seem as much fun as it used to be. And it might be because they online, they got more stuff, but it seemed like it was more in person.
Like you said, they got a group and they at home and they got teams. Some games, there's a whole bunch of them and they on the team and they fighting on the same team, and they talking about like they having the meetings about what it was some game that Tyree played. I gotta ask. They talk about the ops. Yeah, you do this and you got that and the ops and da. I was like, they is actually huddling on the game. I mean, to hear everybody. And they talk out to the return. Everybody go, hi, Mom. I hear them all yelling, hey, Mom.
Yeah,
say hi to Connie. Tyree be like,
Connie.
And everybody would be like, hey, Mom. Hey, Mom, and I'm hearing all these voices. I'm like, Tyree, what game you playing? And I look and see for a while, and he said, that's Decora, that's Ryan, that's Dutch. And I was like, oh, okay.
Mind world, something else. I got off of it because it was too addictive. It was hard for me to give up the game than smoking weed and drinking anything. It was hard for me to give up the game than going vegan, anything in the world. Like, I played the game every day since I've been a kid. I played online. I've been #1 in the world in 2K Madden, and I took it serious. I had to travel to play niggas on the game. Then one day I just woke up like, man, I ain't playing this shit. Let me see if I can get it a month. And that month turned to 3 months, and I gave my system to my nephews, and I'm like, y'all can have it. Then the PS5 came out. I bought it. Nobody had it. So I was mad I couldn't play with too many people that's his PS4. So I said, I'll wait. A year passed, and after a while, I just never played again. I was like, damn, ain't nobody. Now everybody got the PlayStation 5. Now I'm like, I had that shit 2 years before y'all got it. Like, hey, it's boring now. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a gamer, but I was a hard gamer, like all day. Like that was my life. Work, game, sleep.
The Oculus game, that the thing that like you in the vortex, the thing that they put over your eyes. They got like where you go to the game room, them rooms, escape rooms and stuff. They got escape room, an X-Storm room, and an Oculus room. Somewhere in Philly, because we went out there in Philly, and it was like, wow, they got an X-Storm room where you throw the axe to the target. They got that, and then in another part of the building, they had the Oculus game where they put it on and you in the game, and then of course they had the escape rooms where you had to set it. I was like, this is interesting. Are those called? What kind of sports are those? Or what kind of games are those called? That's on that level, Molly.
You said what kind of game is what called on what level?
That those kind of games like just like the X-Storm. I mean, what an escape room?
Oh, virtual reality, the virtual reality games. Yeah, them joints be good. You got a lot of them. You know,
you got a schedule.
You can go to a basketball game like a real live NBA Finals game. Like you be out there on the floor, all that shit. Like you in there, like but you gotta buy the option, and then it's a little small fee, like $20 or something. But you'll get access to. You can be anywhere. Like that shit crazy. Somebody can be playing tennis and you can just end up there. Like you there, but you're not there. But it's gonna have just like you right there because they got these little VR cameras now. So wherever the VR camera is at, that's where they put you. But now they got them everywhere. So now it's like, you know, you watching an apartment on your phone. You can go from one room to the other. But now when you got these glasses on, you inside the room. You're no longer looking on your phone. You're looking through the goggles. So now it feel like you in this place. So now people can take home tours with the goggles and feel like they really in it. And you can feel like you can really touch these things and all that. It's weird.
There is a movie that came out in the 80s called Dreamscape. Check it out. Where they was killing people because they in their dream they was giving people heart attacks and stuff. They put on this gargle, whatever, or this thing, and some people was in there having sex, and then this guy would enter in their dream state, and he was assassinating, killing the people. I think Harrison Ford was in Dreamscape. He was a good guy in Dreamscape. Check that movie out, Molly. You ever seen that one?
No, I'm about to check it out. Chop said you can be a screamer and be a millionaire. You right. A lot of them making money now. When I was young into the games, they had tournaments. Like I won little tournaments they used to have online. It'd be like 2,000. Had to put 200 to get in, and I won a couple of them joints. And then they started like going to the popularity type thing. Like when I was on their game was considered good, and I ran across them before and even some shit, you know. But it was fun just to play against the game, hearing his voice and shit like that, because we was like, this ain't the game, and I can send y'all video because you got the cameras and shit now. I bust his ass like 3 straight times. He never shouted me out like he said he was. He kept trying to get a rematch and shit to eventually stop playing me. But they advertised, they was paying him to play the game. Now they pay everybody to play the game. They just paid Trae Young to play the game. And a lot of these young ballers, they already gamers, but all of them ain't that good. So it's like, the good gamers that was really making money and profiting off of this, they get overshadowed and overthrown by the people who just athletes and famous, and they had just pay you to come on there. T-Pain got paid $10 million to come on game and screaming for a few hours. He don't not play shit at all. He just got on there and kept saying something about some pizza. And what's crazy, the pizza he was advertising, they don't even sell it in the city he in. But they pay him to go on the game and screaming and advertise their shit. He only had to do it like every 5 to 10 minutes, just shout it out while he playing. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all get some of that pizza. And people was buying the fucking pizza. That shit crazy, but that's what been happening. Rappers,
pizza.
Yeah, let me see the T-Pain on this. This shit is crazy though. They making millions of dollars to do nothing for real. But
well, I'm gonna do this for free, and I'm gonna tell y'all about the Boom Boom Stick. Amazing product, and everybody, you know me and my sinuses and all that. That Boom Boom Stick is like that. When I came home Saturday, there was another package of Boom Boom Sticks. My son went on there and ordered some Boom Boom Sticks, and because I gave him one, for sinuses. Baby, like I said, I'm breathing, but my eyes keep watering. That's my allergy. But the congestion, y'all ain't hit no snotty, no nothing. I ain't had to use no tissue. Y'all ain't nobody saying nothing about that.
How much you think T-Pain make per hour just gaming?
What you
I
saying
got
to
you. I know you can't see. He make 50,000 to 60,000 per hour every time he games.
Boom, boom,
every time. 10 hours, that's 600,000 or $500,000. Just 10 hours. So if he do a whole day, that's $1 million. If somebody pay me $50,000 to $60,000, I'm at the screen with my eyes red. Like them motherfuckers never going shut. I'm telling you, coffee and all that. That's why you don't see T-Pain. Music industry, they not paying niggas $50,000, $60,000 per hour. You ain't gonna get that many streaming downloads per hour. So that's why a lot of these celebrities and stuff going into movies and to gaming, they're not making music. The music industry is for the people who still ain't see no money yet. That's why Ludacris ain't rapping. Ludacris probably one of the best rappers that ever lived, but he like, fuck it, I ain't gonna keep rapping when I make one movie that made more than all my albums put together. It just don't make sense. Ice-T, Ice Cube, all them niggas, once you get that movie money, Tupac was gonna do it too. You just like, what's the point?
Since we talking about music and movies, can we play Slide Ty video that I put in the
He got a video, or you just saying he got a song? A video, a music video?
Well, it's a new project. It's a real. You see it? It's a new project that.
I don't know if I seen that one. I just seen that one. Let me see if I seen this one yet.
It's
I
new.
follow Slap Tap.
He's calling it something else. He on there. This looking like a gangster on the cover. Like, why he looking like? But he in the studio.
Come on, in the studio. Mm-hmm. Oh, that Red Breed joint. Red Breed.
Slide Ty Breed.
I like that.
Rare Breed by Slide Ty.
I like that. See if you can scream.
I was showing.
I see it.
This is our own Slide Ty.
I'ma give you a piece of my mind. Look in my eyes. I came from the bottom. My city been dry, but I'm about to flood the whole scene. I'm about to hit up the guys. Tell them to slide. We on the rise. I won't be surprised if you see me fly. When I'm at the top, I'll be happy you watch. But don't be in shock when I tell you goodbye. No more replies. I've been replying to y'all for too long. I've been showing mercy to y'all for too long. If I say your name in the song, you blessed. But I ain't doing no features. Just wait for the rest. This the first test. Y'all better hope that I fail. Cause I've been locked in the studio, I might as well go to jail. Making songs till my face pale. My music growing a tail. Y'all rappers still taking L's. I'm about to give them hell.
Hiya, what up, everyone? This is L.A. Josh Preston, host and producer of the podcast with L.A. Josh Preston, every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Facebook Live and on Twitch. But in the meantime, you're listening to Althea McFarlane and the Morning Mac Show. Hey, play with it, but don't play with it.
That thing crying. That joint crying. I already left my comment on that joint.
So that Rare Breed album that's coming out, I'm just sitting back in awe because he keeps amazing me. I'm like, okay. and everybody heard. Everybody didn't hear? I don't know. He made an actual song for me to come out to the stage to come out on. I mean, I know our group heard it, but you know, the rest of y'all didn't hear it. If y'all go to a comedy show and I perform it, that's the song I'm stepping out to. He gave me my own, what you call this? My own soundtrack. I got my own soundtrack.
One little theme song, show. You doing that, motherfucker? You got one for the show, one for your show.
One for the show, and one for the comedy, and one for my podcast. Yep, he you know, he's a genius for hire.
Another one of his bangers.
Good morning, Matt. My heart just, I am so happy when I hear my baby do stuff, you know, because he's giving birth to sound creation. But it makes
I don't even stop no more. I was like, I expected that.
He been having music instruments since he was a baby. He was a baby and had a Casio. You know, the little one. Then he wanted the 88 keys. He got the, you know, so. And my saxophone, his saxophone, still got the stuff. So.
This is your hour, let your story unfold.
What time, Rodney, come on tonight?
7 o'clock, Dead Mentality. And he said he having an open forum. It's mental health, and he's talking about safe places. Mental awareness and safe places.
Okay.
That's gonna be a great conversation.
It sure is. Because I'm gonna be on there. I'm looking for my safe place and my mental awareness. Huh?
Are you going on there?
Yeah, he said he's opening it up so anybody that wanna join him, you know.
New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks.
We all got something.
Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show.
I lose it. I'm gone. I don't know. Like, I'm losing. Ain't no talking to me. Ain't no calming me down. None of this. Oh, ain't no get me back. But it take a lot to get me there, though. So I'm really ever there. But when I actually get there, there's no point in trying to tell me calm down, chill, don't do that, nothing. I already thought it through. So I already mean, if I thought it through, I don't care about the actual time. Yeah, I got work on that for
Yeah, but it took so long for you to get there. It's like, what it is. You know?
Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow.
That's true. Y'all tune in tomorrow, Turn Up Tuesday. We'll be here, acting space and work out all the kinks.
This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Peace.
We love y'all.
We up out of here. I'm hitting the end button.
I don't see.